Greetings to my team of 144, all Starseeds, Lightworkers, and Way Showers. It is 829-2019-2929, which is an 1111 gateway energy. Today was like another day at a time. 0 point, still point, no time, timelessness. This evening at sunset, the sky was totally pink with purples and blues. Many pastel colors, the calming colors of the Divine Feminine. Yesterday was a massive shift into the Divine Feminine. The feminine energies were coming in fully. Gaia, Mother Earth, fully waking up. Many intense energies. Also today, a massive spike in the Schumann resonance, along with 6.3 earthquake off the coast of Oregon, not too far from Portland, and then there were also a couple massive volcanoes going off today. So a lot of these activities are manifesting in Gaia through these new moon energies. Happy new moon in Virgo tomorrow, super new moon, super moon, the dark moon. We're going to start off today. I'm going to do the second part of Michael Love's message from yesterday from the Pleiadians. But today, which has to do with the new moon from Elizabeth Peru, which is a breaking cosmic message. If you read or listened to Thursday's tip-off forecast, you already know that this week has been like a roller coaster and often difficult to navigate without being present. Every day has presented both a new opportunity and a challenge, helping us to be ready and clear for Friday's super new moon. Right now, the solar storm's after effect is what we're dealing with. The Schumann resonance spiked yesterday at 59 hertz, and there's more solar activity to come. The beauty of all this is that the air is being cleared, and as it is, your clarity of what's been hidden is now revealed. So this time of revelation, the time of revealing, all things that are hidden are being exposed. These are the breakthrough energies, the lifting of the veils. You can learn more about this on elizabethperu.com. Now this is the continuation from yesterday's transmission from Michael Love through the Pleiadian Light Forces, the event Pleiadian Crystal Light Technology. We're going to start off with more about the Arkansas Crystal Vortex. An Atlantean laboratory of great sophistication existed in the subterranean city in Arkansas to work with the primary utilizations of crystal energies, including hyperdimensional teleportation. Because of the massive quartz crystal deposits and magnetic minerals of Arkansas, there we go, and presence of carbon crystal diamonds and radium-bearing waters, Arkansas was the perfect Earth lab for crystal technology. Because of this mixture of minerals, the dimensional portals are more easily accessed in this area. I just experienced a light flash in my upper left peripheral, and then someone screamed outside, so it threw me off there for a second. This rare cocktail of energetics enabled Sarian Pleiadian tech source generators to create anti-gravitational fields in the areas of Arkansas. Divergent energies that could be technically engineered and controlled through the crystalline disk and satellite of ancient days that broadcast amazing power and information across the globe. Arkansas is the largest deposit of natural quartz crystal in the northern hemisphere and the second largest deposit in the world, second only to Brazil. But it is the largest unsegmented, continuous deposit on the planet and contains the most resonant crystals, programmed crystals from the Law of One. Arkansas also contains unique combinations of magnetic minerals, aquifers, and diamond deposits, and natural silicon glass which works synergistically with the quartz. Because of this blend of energies, the crystal vortex of Arkansas is the most powerful in terms of potency and utility of its vortexial portal field. This is why the Atlanteans were especially attracted to the area and why the Sarian Pleiadian Alliance still retain underground bases in the area. Beneath the surface of the central region of Arkansas rest enormous beds of exquisite quartz, mineral, and glass crystals the size and beauty of which are visually stunning. Some of these amazing crystals are over 50 meters in length, seeded by the early Atlanteans. There are crystal caves beneath Arkansas extending all the way to Agartha that are aesthetically mesmerizing, exuding a symmetry and inner light that is sublime. These crystal entities are very ancient and have been in a dormant mode for millennia. They were programmed with specialized attributes by the Sirian and Atlanteans and are now in joyous modes of reactivation. These awakenings are releasing efficacious dynamic energies that spawn unusual phenomena as they reboot, none of which will be malevolent. Quite the contrary. Indeed, they are a gift of immaculate proportion and intricate value. Crystalline quartz is multidimensional, and when blended with certain metallic and monatomic elements, create what you term stargates and wormholes in space. These are intermittently occurring, appearing, and disappearing in random apertures above the Earth's surface in the crystal vortex at present. Crystalline energy is an omnipotent power source that has implications far beyond humanity's current understanding. Crystalline structure is formed by an essence of frequential light resonance that is multidimensional and coherent, existing in matter and antimatter. It is the Metatronic divine template that sources all creation, manifestation, and forms the very matrixial composition of every plane of existence. It is the enzyme of reality transduction and the vitality spring of the divine thought that forms the cosmos itself. Crystals are great receivers and transmitters, and a strong communication network occurs between master crystals and indeed crystal vortex portals. The two most powerful crystal vortexes on the planet are indeed Arkansas and Brazil. As such, the connection of Arkansas's vortexial portal to the Brazilian vortexial portal is extremely important in the Ascension and Global Crystal Network. Two master temple crystals are located in Brazil, in Bahia and Minas Gerais. The former is Atlantean seed, the later Lemurian seed crystal. The energy of both is maintained and being reactivated in Brazil and connected to the law of one crystals in Arkansas. Keep in mind that while Lemuria is acknowledged as a civilization of great spirituality, there were thousands of years in which Atlantis harbored far greater frequency and enhanced levels of spiritual mastery that greatly exceeded that of Lemuria. Atlantis fractured into a polarized society before its demise, but many of the most important crystals were protected, uncontaminated, and stored before they fell into misuse and destruction. The greater of these are stored in Arkansas and Brazil. The new emerging crystal vortex of Arkansas will be far more powerful and serve a different function than it did in the Atlantean era. This is because the Atlanteans placed 3 massive temple crystals in Arkansas before the tsunamis inundated Poseida. The purpose and potency of these crystals have created a hyperdimensional field that is far more spiritual in aspect and effect. The addition of these 3 to the huge natural crystals will add their specialized conscious programmings of knowledge, wisdom, healing, and multidimensional awareness. It is the magnetics of the location in Arkansas, in fact, that has held these crystal energies in balance. That is why the Atla Ra specifically selected the area in Arkansas for their storage and seeding. You have no idea of the energy these are capable of generating. You see it as the use of magnetic energies, along with etheric light, light above and below the visible spectrum, light you refer to as ultraviolet and gamma, that is used to both subdue and amplify crystals. An etheric gateway has existed over this area for the past 20,000 years, and a gateway of high-frequency light is able to be focused into this area. A vast network of hyperdimensional tunnel networks in the area below central and northwest Arkansas. These lead to enormous chasms and crystal caves. Some of these are still in dynamic utility. The ability to detect these tunnels and chasms will be within your scientific capabilities for many more decades, and that is because they exist in what may be termed intraspace within a frequency of parallel hyperdimensionality. Yet those humans of sufficient light quotient indeed can sense them, and indeed their energies do intermingle with and code the natural silicon crystals in Arkansas. The great Atlantean temple crystals placed below the lands of Arkansas are actually an alloy conglomerate of quartz, silicon, silver, and gold, and other monatomic elements. These were manifested through Arcturian technology. The frequency of crystalline monatomic gold is capable of combining with specific types of high-frequency quartz to enable the bending and molding of dimensional fields through an electro-alchemical process that transforms atomic structure. Dimensional access tunnels were often created in this methodology by the Atlanteans to create wormholes or dimensional tunnels within the Earth's mantle that could be accessed at a higher frequency. Many of these hyperdimensional tunnels were laid into place along the flows of existing ley lines of natural telluric currents that flow on the Earth. Tectonic shifts have damaged many, but not all of these. Some of these were simply deactivated. On our magnificent crystal journey with our fellow Pleiadians, we also discovered in ancient texts and from studying the geology of the area. We live in Asheville, North Carolina, that this city is built directly on top of 300 trillion ton rose quartz crystal that is emitting more energy per square foot from the ground than Sedona, Arizona. There are locked down direct ancient tunnels under the city of Asheville that lead directly to the Arkansas crystal vortex. Asheville is known for its powerful positive and creative energy vortex that compares to the 1969 era of San Francisco. Nearly half of the California hippies migrated here after a major ascension of consciousness occurred there in 1969. The Atla-Ra Law of One. The very atomic structures of the ancient and powerful crystals are composed of perfectly aligned geometries, crystalline geometries, knitted into place with a thread of electromagnetics. Electricity and magnetics are components of light. Your spectrum of visible light is but a candle in comparison to the magnificent geometric light of the higher spectrum. The energy of the crystals under Arkansas is on higher dimension, that of a multidimensional octahedron that has formed itself to the levels of the 9th through the 12th dimensional fields. The energy is transformed from the hexagonal of quartz to the octahedron of gold quartz, diamond, and other blends of monoatomic elements. These quartz crystals of Arkansas are embedded with the energy and wisdom of what is referred to as the Atlantean Law of One. The master crystals placed there have frequentially transferred this vibration to the quartz and natural silicon and Dara glass indigenous to the area, and as we have explained, the master crystals contain a higher dimensional alloy of monoatomic elements that have transduced into the mineral content of the Arkansas energy vortex. All crystals are alive in a real sense and have an ordered consciousness and self-awareness, but each carries unique and specific blueprints, patterns. This pattern is greatly varied according to the geology and astrological energies of the vector. Therefore, seemingly identical gems and crystals can be quite different in their energetic projections according to the location in which they occur. The geology of the area is extremely unique, more so than even your geologists recognize, and is precisely why the Atlanteans colonized and developed the area. It is why there are underground bases of Syrian-Pleiadian alliance in the area. The area is a rare mineralogical coalition of natural quartz crystals, natural strata heat, equaling pressured crystal glass, diamonds, and magnetic lodestone, pyramids to coordinate the natural projection of these energies and intricately intertwine with their energies, existed in Arkansas for over 25,000 years. This correlates exactly to the moment when the great cataclysmic flood transpired. 3 Atlantean wisdom and healing crystals that once beamed magnificent light and celestial energy in the Temple of Healing, the Temple of One, and the Temple of Knowledge on Poseida were placed in dimensional lock in the Atlantean crystal fields of Arkansas. These master crystals in Mid-East America have been recently reactivated to align with the other original 5D master temple crystals held in Brazil, Mount Shasta, and Lake Titicaca. Back to 5D Andara crystals, which is Why is this 5D translucent type of crystal so important in all of this? Here is why. First of all, direct communications with the Earth Alliance included a large cache of data about 2018 using this Andara technology to refract central sunlight to the Earth to raise the vibration of the planet. Secondly, it's been said before the ancient Sumerians used this technology to send to the 5th dimension, and the Atlanteans used clear rainbow-colored Andaras as their 12 master crystals, which powered every aspect of this advanced race home on Earth. Thirdly, the most amazing and undeniable synchronistic personal path has led us to all of this, and we know beyond knowing the ancient beings are giving us this knowledge to assist in the monumental ascension event that is occurring on Earth at the moment. Lastly, the main reason it's so important is how the technology itself works. Every gemstone on Earth can be reproduced in a lab now, but only natural Earth-mined crystals and gemstones carry a natural frequency that will heal you completely if used correctly and totally protect your auric field and ascend your being to the 5th dimension in short order. Only translucent crystals and gemstones such as diamonds, garnets, and Andaras work on the etheric level. Why? Because of the way multi-dimensional light refracts through the crystal lattice. Single refractive light crystals, translucent crystals, are direct metaphysical portals to higher dimensions. These rare crystals are the only ones that built a tangible protective shield around your auric field to protect you from auric bleeding and psychic attacks. Double refractive light crystals such as lapis and other crystals protect you in a physical realm, your body, but have no effect on the etheric body. Both types of crystals are required for full power and protection of your being, but each type works on a different dimensional level or resonances. Translucent diamonds, garnets, and authentic Andaras are the only 5D crystals that transduce powerful and protective central sunlight directly into the etheric field. Now you may see why the Pleiadians use this crystal magic in all their ascension missions to Earth. Translucent, single refraction diamonds, garnets, and Andaras have the highest molecular organizational structure known and emit stabilizing pulses of high vibrational light and sound waves that have been measured by science. These standing columnar waves have the capacity to tune DNA instantly to the 5th dimensional frequency of 40 to 100 Hz, which is the gamma state of consciousness. This is the angelic 0-point state of being, or bliss heaven dimension. What's more, these types of crystals serve as powerful etheric energy amplifiers that manifest reality 1,000 times faster than normal. This is not a joke, but a fact. Test this for yourself and see, and be very aware of the process as it happens. We are personal witnesses to the power of these amazing crystals, and many others who are exposed to them enough know their power as well. What is Andara? Andara technology is advanced ascension technology derived from the lost knowledge of Lemuria when the great central race was here on Earth the first time. The history of the Andara ascension technology, the ancient Lemurians achieved a higher level of their consciousness in their time and transformed themselves into a much more advanced race known as the Andarians. This quantum leap in consciousness was done primarily using Andara crystals. Andara crystals are the highest vibrational crystals in this universe. Andara crystals originate from 5th dimensional star systems and were left for us buried deep in the earth by our ancient elders to aid us in our current 5D ascension process. Andara crystals were used in ancient Atlantis and Lemuria as advanced ascension technology for heightened spiritual development and for total healing of the layered energy bodies. In the original Atlantis and Lemuria ascension, an interdimensional implosion occurred and the seed material was heated not only to very high levels but in contained hyperfields, which is created by 2 or more dimensions touching. A hyperfield forms a no-time zone where linear laws of thermodynamics are warped or in some cases do not apply at all. It was within such a hyperfield that the Prima Matra powders and the Andara crystals were created. Through their purposeful interaction with the Prima Matra, they transmuted their crystalline DNA, becoming a higher futurized form of Schumann being, even more developed in their light matrix than the Lemurians of that age. Thus, at this point in our discourse, we will cease calling these colonists Lemurians and refer to them as Andarians. Monatomic Andara crystals emit an extremely high energetic frequency that corresponds with the fifth dimension. As light passes through an Andara, powerful rays of transformative healing energy are released and can be inducted directly and instantly into the auric field. These crystals are multidimensional and are not bound by space and time. Andaras are a soul-enhancing, high-vibrational healing tool that works on all levels, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Monatomic Andara crystals work directly on your DNA and will tune your auric resonance to the fifth dimensional 40 Hz gamma state of being. Andaras are a tool for awakening and self-actualization, and they are here to assist us to step into our mastery. So to learn more about the Andara crystals, because I'm running out of time here, there's more to this article. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can check out on 5DEarthProject.com the New Earth Andara crystals from Michael and the Pleiadians. So today, from the Dream Spell Journey by Velom Votan and Balon Ilk, today is 1,336 solar rings since the ascension of Pakal the Great, Kin 48. Kin 48, the solar tower of art. Today's Kin 48, solar star 9-star, marks 1,336 years since the ascension of the Maya king Pakal the Great of Lakama, Palenque. Precisely, the king Pakal contributed with some of the most significant pieces of Maya art. According to the inscriptions of the west tablet of Pakal's pyramid temple, this legendary king ascended on the long count date 9/12/11/5186 Etznab 11 Yaks, following the generally accepted correlation constant known as GMT. Goodman Martinez Thompson, the long count date of Pakal's death on 9.12.11.5.18 correlates to 29 August 683 in the Gregorian calendar. The same correlation established the symbolic date of 21 December 2012 as the equivalent to the long count date of 13.0.0.0.0 of the conclusion of the 13th Maya Baktun cycle. Today's 1,336th anniversary of Pakal's ascension is also synchronizing with the Maya sign of 2 Ilk, 2 Wind, in the ancestral Maya count, real time, equivalent to Kin 2, lunar wind. In the dream spell count, the number 2 is part of the Fibonacci sequence, and it symbolizes duality in the twin concept. The Kin 2 is coded 2.2, CO2 tone 2, which is a fractal frequency of Kin 22, solar wind, precisely within the interdimensional Telektonon matrix. Today marks the warrior's entrance into the cube of the law through Unit 7, which is coded by Moon 2, Day 7. Today, the warrior Pakal starts a 16-day journey to deactivate planetary corruption. At the end of his journey, he would ascend through the cube to be reunited with Balon Ilk. In this way, this 1,336th anniversary of Pakal's ascension is harmonizing with the original Telektonon script of Pakal Votan, Balon Ilk, since it is synchronizing with 2 Ilk, 2 Win, a fractal of Kin 22, 29 August 2019, NS 1.32.2.7, Kin 48, yellow solar star. The code for the day, the mantra: I pulse in order to beautify, realizing art. I seal the store of elegance with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of flowering. Harmonic 12, solar store. Remember elegance of intention. So thank you for joining us today. It is 9:44 p.m. on 829-2019. Also, I'd like to thank the Divine 44 that have connected with me. The 44 is bringing through the 44. We may have several slots open in the next few days. I'll contact a few more people. We've had 44 people sign up, but Several people I have not been able to get in contact, so if you are interested and you haven't received an email from me, please send your interest in the Divine 44 training at info@primedisclosure.com. Please check your spam and junk folders. People have been still reporting problems with emails. I will be sending everyone that has signed the forms and made their payment. I'll be sending out a link to the calendar in the next few days once we have that up. Also last night, a goddess, one of the Divine 44, connected with me, her higher self, in the astral planes and transmitted a high frequency code through my left palm using her right hand. This is a powerful healing goddess energy, which we'll speak more about in the future. But this was a massive transmission, which I will be transmitting potentially in my next update for the Divine 44 and the Sacred 77, hopefully this weekend. These are a powerful group of light warriors that are coming together to help assist all of humanity for this manifestation of New Earth. I also like to thank everyone that's joined us on the mission for the Healing Retreat Center in Ecuador. We are using the CBD business. You can join us at cbdpeaceoil.com on that mission. And I'll be keeping you all up to date when I'll be opening the training, the group training for the Sacred 77. I'm still working 24/7 here to get the Divine 44 trainings together, to connect, to contact, and complete the preliminaries and the prerequisites for the Divine 44 training. So it's a work in progress. Thank you all for your patience. Everyone, please leave a comment below on what you're experiencing through these intense waves and this new moon energies coming in, this divine feminine. For some, the dark night of the soul. For some, many releases. We're letting go of the old false matrix as we make way for the breakthrough energies of these gateway energies into this Virgo energy, the feminine, divine feminine, the sacred waters, the virgin waters, the primordial waters of divine alchemy are coming in fully now. So thank you all for joining me today. Much love, light, and joy, beloved beings of light. Namaste.